I know you went on tour with so many great artists, and you were young. So
Mhm.
what was it like maybe playing some gigs like that at such a young age and playing with some heavies like that?
Man, it's like a movie. It's like like because for me, I wasn't really expecting all that coming from church and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in church, we don't really understand how talented the people are around us. I don't think until later on in life. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? When you look back, you're like, dang, like they was playing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't really understand, grasp it at a young age. So once I got out, like, playing around people, I guess they saw that, and I didn't understand why people was gravitating towards me. And now I know it was the church stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it was like a movie, man. Like I got to play with Prince right out of high school.
Yeah, that's
Like,
wild.
well, actually, I was in high school. I was in my senior year of high school.
That's crazy.
Um, and just imagine, him sending like limos to pick you up from the school and stuff. Like, so I had that kind of life at a young age. And yeah, man, it just came out of nowhere. Cause like I was about to go and say, like, coming up in church, we never listened to Prince or anything. It was like, it's like,
It's
stay away
taboo.
from Prince. He's
Mm-hmm.
evil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but after a while, I was talking to my mom and, she was like, he's not really like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like kind of like an act or whatever. So, yeah, I got to hang out with all these celebrity stars. John Blackwell, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Questlove, like any type of like jam session he was having at his house, I was there. And I was 17 years old and I was just like
Wow.
in this cloud of just amazing people. Just it was crazy.
And so do you just like were you just trying to absorb as much as you could? What was it like like I'm trying to think of what I would be doing in that situation. I would just be on cloud nine. Like I don't even know, man. I just like
Yeah, it was, bro. That's basically what it was. I mean, honestly, bro, it was so surreal. I
mm-hmm.
didn't understand it at the time. It was happening so fast. So
Mm-hmm.
can you imagine being in like, regular orchestra, and then going to jazz band and then going to PE. And then right after that, you getting picked up to go to Prince's house.
Dude, that's murder.
You
I
know what I'm
love it.
saying? So it was like, huh? It was just an awkward, weird time, but it was fun. So I was just kind of just riding the moment, man. And I got to learn from Frank McComb. Shout out to him. Frank McComb was in the band. He was the leader. The MD. Cora Coleman was playing drums, and her husband at the time, Josh Dunham, was playing bass. And man, just imagine, me. I was going from that orchestra jazz and then going to Prince. You
Wow.
know what I mean? So it
Mm-hmm.
was just surreal, man. It was
What?
surreal, and I got to hang out with people like Oprah and stuff like that. You feel me? And like just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like regular, normal people. Now I got to learn that celebrities and all that they're normal people like us,
Right.
man.
Right.
It's just a facade that
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Steve, were you gonna say something, man?
Was there like a culture shock you being so young, being in those environments, or you like not trying to come off too green? You know what I mean? You said you were 17.
Yeah. 17. Hold on one second. Yeah, I was my bad.
No, you're good,
I
man.
was 17, and bro, like it was a major culture shock. So like just like I said, just imagine going from like, so I'm going to school at Long Beach Poly up the street, and it's hood, it's a little this, a little
Mm-hmm.
that, you know what I'm saying, and then go to like, yeah, Prince wants you to be there at da 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 this time. You walk in and they got this wardrobe laid out for you. You got all this. You got your food laid out for you. You got everything laid out.
Mm-hmm.
The business was on point. I remember my last time playing for Prince. I'll never forget this moment. We was in a lobby of his house, and he was like, you know, I just came over there to jam with him. He called me they called me randomly. It was like 1 in the morning or something. They was like, man, come over here and come jam. So I came over there. Prince was on the organ. They had like me a little setup for the guitar, and they had Larry Graham was playing bass. Legendary. Yes. And John Blackwell. And I'll never forget this, man. After that, he I only played like 2 songs because I showed up like right at the end. And he was like, man, good job, da da da. And he just pulled out like $500 real quick. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? And then that was it. That was the last time I seen him. But I'll never forget how he was just like, he was like a real N-word, if I could say that. Like a real, that image that he had out there was, you know, that was like a image. But on the inside, I tell people, go look at that video of him when he was in Minnesota, when he was 11 years old or 9 years old, that little tape, they just found it. But that's him. That's really him. He's like a real black guy from the hood. You feel me? Like, so like, don't get that misconstrued. Like, I learned so much from him being around. He was like cutthroat with his energy, like with his suggestions. He would immediately, if he saw something wrong, oh, no. This, try this, do this. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't hesitant on saying if something was wrong. And I like that. It was like tough. It was tough, but it was tough love. You know what I'm saying?
You get it right that way.
That's what I got from him. Yeah.
If serendipity was a story, then you are about to watch one of the most fortunate strokes of luck ever here at WCCO.
A mysterious gem unearthed on accident, giving people a glimpse into Minneapolis history through the eyes of a young musical icon. While we all had a feeling who this young boy might be, we knew we needed help from those who knew him best. It's a journey and story you'll only see here on WCCO. Deep in the WCCO film archives are hundreds, if not thousands, of opportunities to travel back in time. And on one reel, a treasure lay hidden, untouched for 52 years. April 1970. Minneapolis Public Schools educators went on strike. We restored the film to offer context to the educators' strike that happened in the same district just last month.
Okay, so there's the governor's mansion. That's kind of cool.
Matt Liddy is WCCO's production manager.
I grew up in Minneapolis, so all I cared about was looking at cool old buildings from the place I grew up.
But his curiosity turned into a discovery when he saw a reporter interviewing kids as teachers picketed in the background. And it was this young boy jumping around and later answering a question who left Liddy speechless.
So then I immediately just went out to the newsroom and started showing people and saying, I'm not going to tell you who I think this is, but who do you think this is? And every single person, Prince.
We didn't have the right equipment to hear the film, so a specialist helped us extract the audio, and then we heard his voice.
Are most of the kids in favor of the picketing?
Yep.
How come?
I think they should get a better education too, and I think they should get some more money, cause they be working extra hours for us and all that stuff.
Our excitement was palpable, but
we did not get him saying, I'm Prince Nelson.
Cue our investigation.
And that's all I feel. My name is Ronnie Kitchen.
We gotta find him, Ronnie Kitchen. Surely he could confirm our quest.
Hi, this message is for Ronnie Kitchen.
But the phone numbers and addresses we found were dead ends.
You hear something in the background, but there's no one there.
How about a picture? A yearbook photo showing Prince as a 5th grader popped up online.
He would have been 10 or 11 in this picture, and he would have been 11 during the strike, which is when that interview happened.
We needed an expert.
I just heard back from Kristen. She's a historian when it comes to Prince.
A dedicated fan.
They called him Skipper.
Yeah.
Who used her professional research skills to piece together the Purple One's life.
I've written a big document sort of outlining his historic journey from Minneapolis' North Side to Paisley Park and the world.
Kristen Schaumler says videos of Prince as a preteen are almost non-existent. Until now. She's seen the clip here for the first time.
Oh, I think that's it, definitely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and this definitely looks like Lincoln Junior High School, where he would have been attending school in April of 1970.
Jamler then showed us what is believed to be a 6th grade picture of Prince, the same school year of the strike.
Yeah, there's so much in his mannerisms and his eyes and everything, but it looks like him.
Despite the evidence, we still needed someone who knew Prince as a kid. Jamler connected us with Terrence Jackson.
We go back as far as kindergarten at John Hale Elementary in North Minneapolis.
A childhood friend and neighbor who was also in Prince's first band, Grand Central, when they were teenagers.
Oh my God, that's Kitchen. That is Prince. Standing right through the head-on, right?
Yeah, keep watching, keep watching.
That's Skipper! Oh my God!
That was just his reaction seeing Prince. Now, he's hearing it.
Wow.
I think they should get a better education too.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow, that was him.
What do you,
I'm like blown away and flabbergasted. I'm totally blown away.
Wiping away tears, Jackson was suddenly flooded with memories.
But he was already playing guitar and keys by then, phenomenally. As far as I can remember, music became our sport. He was athletic, I was athletic, but we wanted to compete musically.
Jackson's wife, Rhoda, grew up right alongside them.
It's just amazing to see him that small, that young, and hear his voice.
Yep.
Our mystery regarding one of the most mysterious men in music was solved.
That's Prince, a.k.a. Skipper to the North Side.
And I think just seeing Prince as a young child in his neighborhood school, you know, it helps really ground him to that Minneapolis connection.
Just a young city kid, years before he put his city and its sound on the map.
Mark my words, you guys have found a real gem.
A gem indeed.
You know, the Skipper part is the part that made me nostalgic, and almost because no matter how big you get, those people who knew you when you were a kid, everyone was a kid once. And so the fact that they see it and they don't say, oh, it's Prince. They say, oh, it's Skipper. That gave me chills because you start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere.
Kristen confirmed it when she said they used to call him Skipper. We're looking at baby photos, and he was immediately drawn to call him that because that was his friend. It wasn't Prince, the musician icon. It was his buddy down the block. They were in bands together. And I've said this before, we were excited to tell the story, but every time we showed that video to someone who's a huge Prince fan or was his friend, it just raised our excitement level. And we hope the people watching here felt the same, seeing